So I had to switch. But in this one over here, this mammal looks enclosed in something. So it almost looks like a reflection in the water. It almost looks and reminds me of the reflection of the moon and looking back at each other. It also reminds me of a moment in the Big Les show or in Sassy Sasquatch's adventure when he sees himself or he sees a reflection of himself in the water. And then he says, and he just has like a chat like, oh, you did right. And it's short and it's brief, and then it's nice. It's like, all right. And you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna keep going. And then it's like, all right, well, enjoy your night. And it's like, all right. And then eventually, the reflection self walks away, and then he also walks away. So that's a beautiful connection right there. Honestly, we were talking about your past self reflecting, mirrors, your own reflection, looking at your own reflection, who you once saw yourself as. Because when you see an image of you, a version of you, your body is there. You are still you, but something is different. Something along, something inside of you along the journey of whatever journey you've been on these past few months, it has changed you. The things that you've been through for all of these years, those things have changed you too. I see freedom and I see these beautiful green flowers here. And it reminds me of abundance. It's really beautiful as well because me connecting this to Sassy the Sasquatch. Sasquatches, they're extinct, right? Or are they? Are they? They're not here with us. But what's also beautiful is that I don't know. It's cool. It's cool because it also feels quite positive. Now that I'm also looking down at the Six of Cups energy, also regarding to people in your life and in your family. I feel that the energy will change. I think it's like a nut in a bowl, and then eventually we'll just click into place and keep going and going and going. But this is a really beautiful energy. I can't believe it connected so beautifully to Sassy the Sasquatch. Wow. We have got 2 sevens on this table, and we've got air energy, so we've got spades, and we've got cups. We've got the 7 of cups and the 7 of spades. So, 7 of swords and the 7 of cups. The 7 of cups makes me think of opportunities, because but what type of opportunities? In the family, in life, in everyday life. What I'm saying is that within this change, within this growth, within this reflecting upon oneself and being able to let one go happily, freely, let them go on vacation, let them have a good time, let them, they deserve it after all of this. After this journey that you've been on, finally they did their job so that you could get to where you could get to now, so that you could be the person that you are now. They went through all of that so that you could be mentally stronger. Your heart can be stronger, but also see and be open to possibilities and new things and new thoughts in your reality. Now, the Seven of Swords does make me think of sneakiness. It was also making me think of how it leads to the Eight of Swords, and how one, decides to leave in the Eight of Swords, or one decides to take their thoughts elsewhere. Take their thoughts elsewhere where the air is stiller, where the air isn't constantly being directed by a huge fan or windmill or something like this. And it's not to say that in this moment, you don't need that fast flowing energy, but sometimes you just need to slow down. Feel this bubbling of everything that needs to be released so that it can be released properly. And with love, just the way Sassy the Sasquatch, also released his own reflection. It's that idea of like, what? Like, I never thought I could release my reflection. Exactly. And sometimes apparently it can be that easy. It can be easy because you've, finally gotten to the, let's just say for now, finish line. You've gotten to the point where it is easy. Be proud of that. Be proud of that, because that's something like a medal. A medal. Like, yeah. Okay. Wow. We have the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Or if you want to say hearts. Okay. And the Six of Diamonds at the bottom. Six of Diamonds is Pentacles. There's fulfillment for sure in releasing this and all of this, and just also entering the space, because it might sound like I'm lecturing, but if you've already done these things, that's amazing. The Eight of Cups is also making me think of how, like, imagine having a whole bunch of glasses of cups filled with water, and they are shaped in an infinity sign. It's like the moment itself of you imagining yourself sitting there looking down at a table filled with glasses of cups that are shaped in an infinity sign. Like, that feeling that you get of just looking at that scenario is for some reason something to pay attention to. How each cup holds, a connection between two bodies of water, a connection between two oceans of emotions within and shared between people, situations in your life that also reflect back at you, because water is also a reflective space. Now imagine all of these cups reflecting back at you in their own way. Whatever the cups may be filled with, maybe not all are filled with water. Maybe some have been emptying now, evaporating away. And then it's time for you to take those glasses and move them, or fill them, or fill them with something that you want to see, to have reflected back at you. More crazy. We have the Seven of Wands here, and we also have the Ten of Swords. Yeah.